Get ready to be swept off your feet by this incredibly moist, perfectly rich, and utterly irresistible chocolate cake. In a dessert so comforting, it feels like a warm embrace on a chilly winter evening. With its velvety chocolate ganache and tender, cocoa-infused crumb, this classic treat has been a favorite for generations, and for good reason. In a large mixing bowl, we'll combine 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 2 cups of granulated sugar, 3/4 cup of unsweetened cocoa powder, 2 teaspoons of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and 1 teaspoon of salt. This blend of dry ingredients will give our cake its perfect structure and deep, chocolatey aroma. Whisk them together until well combined, creating a fragrant mixture that'll have your kitchen smelling like a cozy chocolate shop in no time. Slowly pour in 1 cup of hot coffee or boiling water. I know it sounds strange, but trust me on this one. Your kitchen will soon be filled with the most intoxicating aroma of chocolate. ULL? No, they've redone when a toothpick inserted into the center comes out clean, or with just a few moist crumbs. The hot liquid will bloom the cocoa powder, intensifying its flavor, and creating a batter that's silky smooth and irresistibly dark. It seamlessly blends decadent ingredients with indulgent flavors in a way few cakes can match. Grease them generously with butter or cooking spray, then dust with cocoa powder. Whether you're celebrating a special occasion or just treating yourself on a random Tuesday, this cake is guaranteed to bring smiles all around. This will ensure our cakes release easily and have a beautiful, even crust. No worries. This recipe works just as well in a 9 by 13-inch baking pan. Just increase the baking time to about 35 to 40 minutes. You'll end up with a delicious sheet cake that's perfect for potlucks or big family gatherings. First, make sure all your ingredients are at room temperature before you start, and don't forget to snap a picture of your creation before it disappears, because trust me, it will disappear fast. Happy baking! And until next time, keep spreading the sweetness. This helps them blend together more easily, resulting in a smoother batter. Second, don't skimp on the cocoa powder. Use a good quality, unsweetened variety for the best flavor. And finally, resist the urge to open the oven door while the cakes are baking. Those sudden temperature changes can cause your cakes to sink in the middle. Divide the batter evenly between the pans, giving them a gentle tap on the counter to release any air bubbles. Then, carefully turn them out onto a wire rack to cool completely. If you want to take this cake to the absolute pinnacle of chocolate indulgence, try adding a cup of chocolate chips to the batter just before you pour it into the pans. It's the taste that matters. And trust me, this cake tastes like a chocolate dream come true. Plus, any imperfections can always be covered up with more ganache. That's the beauty of chocolate. They'll melt slightly during baking, creating pockets of gooey chocolate throughout the cake. It's like hitting the chocolate jackpot with every bite. Patience is key here. We want our cakes to be completely cool before we frost them. Today, we're going to elevate this timeless recipe. Spread a generous amount of ganache over the top, letting some drip down the sides. Gently place the second layer on top and pour the remaining ganache over the entire cake, using an offset spatula to spread it evenly. No fancy equipment required, no complicated techniques, and absolutely no stress. Just pure homemade goodness that'll impress your friends and satisfy your chocolate cravings any day of the week. In a heat-proof bowl, place 8 ounces of finely chopped dark chocolate. In a small saucepan, heat 1 cup of heavy cream until it just begins to simmer. Pour the hot cream over the chocolate and let it sit for a minute. Then, with the spatula, gently stir until the chocolate is completely melted and the mixture is smooth and glossy. And hey, before we dive in, do you want to forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on delightful recipes like this one. Let's start by gathering our ingredients for this quick and easy chocolate cake that's bursting with flavor. Now let's move on to the wet ingredients that'll bring moisture and richness to our cake. Or, if you're feeling fancy, pipe some whipped cream around the edges. The possibilities are endless, and this is where you can let your creativity shine. In another bowl, we'll whisk together 2 eggs, 1 cup of milk, 1/2 cup of vegetable oil, and 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. We'll create a well in the center of our dry ingredients and pour in our wet mixture. Then, with a gentle hand, we'll fold everything together until just combined. Don't worry about a few lumps. They'll bake out in the oven. The key here is not to overmix, which can lead to a tough cake. This luscious mixture will ensure our cake stays moist and tender, even days after baking. Here's where the magic happens. We're going to combine our wet and dry ingredients, but not just any old way. But wait, we're not done yet. We have a secret ingredient that'll take this chocolate cake from great to absolutely unforgettable. Now, let's prepare our baking pans. You'll need 9-inch round cake pans. Into the preheated oven they go, at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 30 to 35 minutes. While our cakes are baking, let's whip up a luscious chocolate ganache that'll take this dessert to the next level. Once your cakes are out of the oven, let them cool in the pans for about 10 minutes. Now comes the fun part. Assembling our chocolate masterpiece. Place one cake layer on your serving plate. For an extra touch of decadence, you can sprinkle some chocolate shavings or cocoa powder over the top. And there you have it. A chocolate cake so rich, so moist, and so utterly delicious, it'll become your new go-to recipe. But before you rush off to bake, let me share a few tips to ensure chocolate cake perfection every time. Now, I know what you're rethinking, but what if I do only have 2 cake pans? And here's a little secret for the true chocolate lovers out there. Remember, baking is all about having fun and sharing the love. So don't stress if your cake doesn't look picture perfect. So, what are you waiting for? Grab your apron, preheat that oven, and get ready to create a chocolate cake that'll have everyone begging for seconds.